Good day, YouTubers. So we have Prince Harry has not signed on just to do a memoir. He's signed on to do a 4-book deal. This means that this is literally going to go on for years. I know writers who are just writing one book and they've been writing that one book for 10 years. Okay, I don't consider them real writers. The longest it's ever taken me to write a book is 1 year, and that is just too long. Okay, but this is going to go on for years. Also, Prince Harry and Meghan have renewed their campaign against the UK media as they back a fierce attack on the industry body that represents editors. 123 journalists accused the Society of Editors of ham-fisted blanket denial of racism. Okay, so there is this attack on basically every news organization in the UK, and they're just like, no, you're bigots, you're racist, you're just denying that you're racist. Okay, there's no specific allegation. You were a racist, you were bigoted when you said this, you were bigoted when you said that, you need to retract this. Nothing is specific. Okay, it's basically like, we hate you, you're bigots, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, another example of this is when Harry and Meghan made the allegation that someone said something about Archie's skin color, and that's why he's not going to get a title. Okay, and they left a very broad allegation, and people were speculating, oh, was it Philip? Oh, if it's Philip, oh, that's terrible. I can't believe they said that. Oh, are they saying it's the Queen? Okay, and so what happened? The royal family was too smart. They got together, and Princess Anne decided to take that bullet, and she raised her hand, and she stood up, and she said, no, it was me. Now, if there was any substance to it, they would have asked, okay, well, what was the circumstance? What was the context? Well, what exactly did you say? What's your side of the story? None of those questions were asked because no one believes that this allegation actually occurred. So the moment that Princess Anne stood up and said, oh, it was me, I said it, it completely died, and there were no further questions. Okay, it's a hate campaign. Meghan and Harry have joined another hate campaign. The sword cuts both ways, and that's what we're going to see, and that's what I want to examine in this reading. Prince Harry's old Eton and army friends are warning him not to reveal their secrets. Okay, what is going on? Prince Harry, the privileged prince, he was making racist allegations. He would say racist things. He did naked billiards. He was doing drugs and drinking and wild parties. He has a lot of things to hide, a lot of things. And a lot of those things happened when he was young in the military. Because when you're young, you experiment. You try this, you try that, and that's normal. That's normal. The difference is he's a prince. Now, all of these people were held to silence and have been silent about Harry his entire life and have protected him and protected him and protected him. And now Harry's blowing the lid off of everything. What do you think is going to happen? Harry is going to write things from his point of view. And we know how Meghan is. Meghan is never wrong. Meghan is an angel. Okay, Meghan has no relationship with anyone in her family. She didn't invite anyone in her family to her wedding. She has so many skeletons. She was a yacht girl. She was married previously. She probably had a child out of wedlock who is living in New Mexico and is now grown up. Okay, Harry's now blowing the lid off it, and the army and his old friends. And what about his girlfriends? They're going to be like, oh, really? Okay, recollections may vary. Let's get that straight. These people are going to defend themselves, and they're opening a can of whoop ass is what they're doing. And finally, there's 4 parts to this book. Okay, one is Harry's memoir. It is fuzzy to me. One is Meghan's memoir. Okay, Meghan already wrote a memoir. It's called Finding Freedom by Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand, which got panned. Okay, there's a lot of 1-star reviews on that book. And so now she's going to do it again. And another is going to be Prince Harry and Meghan will write a leadership book. They're going to talk about global leadership. I don't think these are the right people. They're going to write a wellness book. Meghan might pen a wellness book. Meghan is not, people are saying Well, she better not write a book about mental wellness because maybe she's not the best person to write it. So the problem with writing 4 parts is they have to keep escalating the pain. They have to keep coming out with new things. They've already said everything 10 times. There's nothing new. What are they going to say? Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. You can find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who buy me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. So, will Harry's memoir generate a slew of tell-alls? Okay, recollections may vary because they keep doing tell-alls. They did the Oprah interview. What's that? That's a tell-all. They did the Omid Scobie book. That's a tell-all. They just keep telling all over and over and over and complaining and carping and complaining and carping and leveling accusations. And there's 18 mistruths now. Disturbing. So will this generate, I think it's inevitable, what's going to happen when Harry publishes his memoir? Is it going to generate a slew of, that's not what happened, tell-alls by the people that he's accusing? He's broadening the brush to accuse pretty much everybody, not just the royal family anymore, everybody. Okay, he has broad associations with a lot of different people, and now he's involving all of them. Ooh, executioner. Interestingly, this is looking very positive, okay? But if it's syrupy sweet, okay, nobody wants to buy it. They want the dirt. They want the dirt. Okay, and what's happened with other tell-alls? Well, Diana did a tell-all, and she died shortly thereafter. And it wasn't a book. It was it was like an Oprah interview with that guy. Now I can't remember his name. Martin Bashir. And then Fergie did a tell-all. How'd that work out? Prince Edward did a tell-all after he abdicated. How did that go? I mean, goodness. They don't go well, and you're burning all those bridges by doing a tell-all. So we have 3 kings, 10 hearts. It's an emotional narrative. Let's read this. 4 diamonds, the foundation of his life, and the people in it, and the executioner is ruthless and has a plan and is very organized, systematically telling all about how he grew up and the people in his life. Oh dear. 8 and 13, 21, 6 hearts. So people and foundation and ruthless exposure of these things. It's a very emotional narrative. People are going to understand that it's an emotional narrative. And I did previous readings on who's going to get blamed, Harry or Meghan, for all this nonsense. And people do understand, according to the cards, people do understand that Meghan is driving these narratives. And I think they will forgive Harry. And here's another example of it. It's an emotional narrative. It's not factual. It's emotional. Making a play, trying to get money. The player's he's the new guy wearing a nice suit, trying to get that money. Manifesting, let's see, King of Diamonds, 6 diamonds. Manifesting with the many people, big changes, roses, and King of Hearts. This looks like Harry is going to try to be generous with his recollections of other people. It does look like he's going to try not to cast aspersions at everyone so that everyone will attack him. He's emotionally intelligent enough to recognize that that's a bad idea. Let's add this up. 26 and 9, 35. 36 is 9 spades, 9 clubs. So officially. So big change. A big change.
He's manifesting a big change in all of his relationships, but he's just going to be try to be honest and sweet about it. Okay, if Harry is honest and if Harry is sweet about his relationships and it's syrupy, that's how Meghan comes across. Meghan comes across as syrupy. Nothing is her fault. She's an angel no matter what happens. If the book is written like that, it's going to be panned. Okay, nobody likes that kind of a book. Nobody likes it. Now, there is a very experienced, very accomplished ghostwriter. So I don't think he would really let that happen. But Meghan just bowls over everyone. She just rides roughshod over everyone and forces everyone to do everything her way. And it really feels like a lot that Meghan has no advisors because she just does whatever pops into her head and she's just always reacting to things. So if it comes out that way, this book is going nowhere. Okay, this book is going nowhere if it comes out like that. And it needs to be a success to, and now they're saying $40 million. To get $20 million, you have to have a three-legged stool. The book has to be a bestseller. It needs to go on TV into syndication, and there needs to be a movie made about it. Otherwise, you're not going to make $20 million. You're just not going to make $20 million. So it looks like Harry is going to be very careful about the aspersions that he's casting on other people, not the royal family. And I don't know how he's going to do that. People can be offended based on reality or not, and they're always reading into things. Just the simple fact that he's writing a memoir cannot be good. Let's look at the military mates and the ex-girlfriends. A lot of craziness happened during his military years. He was in the military for 10 years. Plus, a lot of those ex-girlfriends, you're dating when you're young. Okay, you're doing crazy things when you're young. And the military is a boys' club, thank God. And, they act like a fraternity. They work very hard. There's danger, and then they're risking their lives, and then they blow off steam, and everybody kind of understands and should understand. Okay, and that's kind of how the military is. So what's going to be the reaction of his military mates and his ex-girlfriends? Because I think both groups of people are really very likely to say, hey, that's not what happened, and to defend themselves against any kind of unwarranted attack. That's just normal. And especially for the ex-girlfriends, they're particularly touchy about their reputation. But everybody is. You live and die by your reputation. So, what's going to happen? What's going to be their reaction? The military mates and the ex-girlfriends to this book. Because the military mates are warning, don't do it. But the deal is already inked. I don't think he can not do it at this point. He can just make it syrupy. So I think Harry's already passed the point of no return. They've already negotiated it. It's already been announced in the media. I don't think he can not do it. So what's the reaction of his military mates and the ex-girlfriends? The ex-girlfriends are like, no, don't talk about our relationship. Go a different way. No. They don't like this. So let's add this up. 15, 20, 5 spades. They don't want to hear any of this. It's a full stop, absolutely not. Okay, and it adds 5 spades. Over here with the military mates, we have 5 spades. Now, military is government, and it's all, you get security clearances, it's all secret. You're not allowed to talk about a lot of things in the military. I was in the government. I have a whole bunch of security clearances. That's just how it is. Okay, so 16, 4 spades, secrets, bodies in the box. They don't want these secrets revealed. Sun reveals everything in the foundation. They are absolutely against it, and the ex-girlfriends are absolutely against it. Cornucopia and ruler taking control of everything, ruling over everything. 13 and 8, 6 hearts. Will Penguin cut off the deal after the first book? Will Penguin cut off the deal after the first book? Okay, because like I said, it's a three-legged stool, and the book has to be a mega bestseller. There has to be a lot of interest in it. Okay, is Harry on a par with Barack Obama? You know, and they really, really want to hear. And you know, Barack Obama got, I don't know, $60 million advance. He has to be on a par with Barack Obama, pretty much. And I'm not sure that he is. Okay, and then if the book is a huge bestseller, there's a huge interest in it, then it goes into TV syndication. Then it gets a movie. Okay, if not, if it's kind of getting a lukewarm reception, like Omid Scobie's Finding Freedom, then it doesn't go any further than that. It just goes, it's a book, that's it, and that's it. Okay, so will Penguin, the publisher, cut off the deal after the first book? You know, no, we don't need 3 more books. Oh dear. Changes. Penguin going to cut off the deal after the first book? Well, after everything is revealed, the sun reveals everything, veil, it's still unknown, but they'll definitely kill it. They can definitely kill it. 11, 12, 3 spades. If they're just not going to make money on it, and this is right on the surface, this is not hidden, even though this card is hidden, that is really the basis of the deal. If at any point, you know, it's falling apart, like the book is not fantastic. Now, they hired a top-notch ghostwriter, so he should be able to pull it out. But if Harry's just not going to give up the goods, the ghostwriter can't write from nothing. He has to write from what Harry is telling him. And if he's just not going to give up the goods, what is he going to write? Okay, so everything is dependent. It's kind of unstated that right on the surface, if this is not going well, if the book is not a smash, they'll cut it off. You know, it just depends. And this can also say revealing all of the secrets, all of the hidden things and the secrets. That's what this book is about. And that's a very dangerous road to travel. Underneath, 5 hearts, crossroads, and city. Reacting and making decisions about in the world. 18, 5 diamonds. 5, 5, 5. Fives are change. So it's a very changeable situation. They could definitely cut it off. It doesn't say that they will. They'll wait until the first book is revealed. And then if it's not a smash hit, they'll just cut off. They won't keep going. If they're not making a profit on it, they won't keep going. Why would they? And finally, Harry and Meghan, Harry very foolishly, is putting a stock in Hollywood. Now, Meghan, she was always a Hollywood actress. That's all she wanted. And she was playing her role as Duchess as a Hollywood actress. And that's not Harry's world. Will all this secret, all the revealing of these secrets, is this further going to alienate Hollywood? Because I've seen in the cards that Hollywood is not loving them anymore. They're not like, their behavior is not fabulous. There are a lot of secrets in Hollywood. I really think that Hollywood, from what I've seen, is a very, very, very dark place. Okay, there's so many skeletons in the closet in Hollywood. Harvey Weinstein was operating in Hollywood. Nobody said a word. Okay, he was raping women for 20 years. Nobody said a word. Epstein, all those Hollywood people were flying out on his plane. What happened to Epstein? None of that was revealed. Okay, Epstein didn't kill himself, and none of the people that went on his plane, the Clintons, all of them, all those Hollywood people, none of them were exposed. They killed Epstein instead. Okay, and I'm pretty sure Spielberg was on those planes as well. It's very disturbing what's going on in Hollywood. So if you're a big blabbermouth, nobody likes a blabbermouth, is this going to further alienate Hollywood? You have very limited utility in Hollywood if you're just going to be chattering. And look at these stars when they go on the couch talking about their current project. They They just speak in superlatives. You know, oh, it was so wonderful working with this actress. Oh, this director, what an amazing creative genius. We just love him. You never hear anything negative, ever. Never. There is no negative talk in front of the public eye. Never. So is this further going to alienate Hollywood? Because I don't see how it can. Scapegoat, cast out. This is going to further alienate Hollywood. Cast out. 8s are everything. It's already transformed into casting them out of the relationships. 16 and 6, 22. 6 diamonds, 6 hearts. So 2 8s, 2 6s. 6s are relationships. 8s are everything. So it's transformed their situation already. It's going to transform their situation, and they're just not going to fit in anymore because they're just big blabbermouths. It's a problem. Here, they're going to treat them like, we accept and love you, but really they can't trust them. Officially, it's a toxic relationship. They can't trust them. It's negative. Again, a 6, 6, 6, and add 6 diamonds, 6, 6, 6. So we have the devil. We have 7s. We have 8s. 6s. 7s are return endlessly, veil, exposing the secrets, but permanent relationships. So they're going to pretend Hollywood, they don't speak ill of each other in the public eye. So they're going to say that everything is fine and cool, and we love Meghan and Harry, and we support them, and they're going to generate whatever they can off of that. But there's a lot of secrets in Hollywood. Look at what Chrissy Teigen is doing. She attacks young girls on Twitter. She is a rage monster on Twitter, and she keeps deleting her Twitter account and restarting it. Teigen is a mess, and that's pretty typical in Hollywood. I think this is going to kind of seal their fate in Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't like this because they have so many secrets. So let's review. I don't see, so I asked if Harry's memoir would just, in revenge and in defense, and recollections may vary, if it would generate a whole bunch of tell-alls. No, that's not what happened. Well, it depends what comes out, and it looks like Harry is going to not try to be mean to his ex-girlfriends and his ex-army buddies because he's emotionally intelligent enough to realize that's a really bad move. Okay, but then if he's not exposing them and not digging up the dirt, then nobody's going to buy that book. Nobody's going to be interested. Okay. And then I looked at the military mates and the ex-girlfriends. They're all absolutely opposed, and they're stating it directly. That it's even in the paper. Don't do this. But it's too late. He's already inked the deal. They inked the deal in secret. Will Penguin the publisher, cut off the deal after the first book? It depends. If it's not a bestseller, then the three-legged stool fails. The TV, you don't get the TV syndication, you don't get the movie rights, you don't make a movie out of it. Did the TV and the movie stuff happen with Finding Freedom? It didn't. It wasn't a big enough deal. We already know that this is not going to play well because of Finding Freedom. What are you going to do differently? Okay, and then will this further alienate them in Hollywood? Yeah, it will. Okay, they're going to be really nice about it, like, oh yeah, we love Harry and Meghan, but nobody likes a gossip. Nobody likes a tattletale. It's a problem. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method, and I'll see you next time.